Exclusive for today, Power Minister Piyush Goyal clarifies that there is no jail term in the ordinance on demonetisation. In an exclusive chat with CNBC TV 18 Shireen Bhan, he adds that demonetisation has been a success in every way. Listen in.
We do believe this effort to clean up the entire system will give rich dividends to the poor of India in terms of lower inflation, better lifestyles. It will give a huge impetus to the people, the small traders ultimately who will come into the formal economy. Several concessions have been announced already by the Honorable Finance Minister. And I do see in the larger context of the nation that a nation which by and large is honest, but whose reputation was getting sullied because of a few people, we will now stand in the Committee of Nations as a proud, honest nation, working business honestly, doing our day-to-day life honestly. And I think that's the biggest plus that this move will have.
While you talk about India being rewarded for its honesty and for corruption going down and so on and so forth, this has also dented India's image. If you were to look at what foreign commentators are saying, they see this in a sense as India's credibility being impacted, because in a sense, the promissory obligation of the Reserve Bank of India the Reserve Bank is reneging on that promissory obligation.
Really? Well, how is it reneging?
Well,
everybody who's got his legitimate money is free to put it in the bank, and will get his full value of his money. But if somebody has black money, somebody has corruption money, somebody has drug money, somebody has fake currency, would you recommend or suggest that that promise has to be fulfilled?
On the promissory obligation, sir, on the 8th of November notification, the timeline was the 31st of March. Now there has been an ordinance which we don't know what the details are because it hasn't been made public yet.
I wish you would read the original announcement which the Prime Minister also made, and the Reserve Bank notification very clearly said you have to deposit your money within 50 days by 30th of December. And after that, a grace period has been provided up to 31st March. Somebody who was abroad during this period, didn't come back to India, who was for reasons that he'll have to explain, not able to deposit it in time. So we are continuing with that. We have not changed the rules at all.
So if I were to ask you, does the promissory obligation end on the 30th of December or on the 31st of March? Because only in exceptional cases will the RBI then entertain you on the 31st of March.
The promissory obligation remains for all the money that has been legitimately deposited back up to 30th of December. If anybody is able to deposit between January and March for legitimate and valid reasons, he will get his full value of his currency, irrespective of amount. So in some sense, but there has to be a cut-off date. 30th December is the date when the legal currency gets extinguished. But anybody who is able to demonstrate after that until March, the RBI will investigate it. And for legitimate people, there will be no problem.
Is the 31st of March a timeline that has been in the ordinance also clearly defined, sir? Because there is confusion on that.
I wouldn't know about that. Once the President gives his assent, I'm sure we'll all come to know. But very clearly, what this government has announced, we stand by that.
So, I know the details have not been made public yet, but yesterday we had the Minister of State for Finance, Mr. Meghwal, on record saying that the ordinance carries penal provisions, including a jail term as well, for hoarding or trading in the old note.
That has been clarified yesterday, that he probably misread some of the press reports. I don't think any jail term has been stipulated at all. There will be a financial penalty for somebody who keeps large amounts of currency, other than for, let's say, research purposes or as a souvenir. A couple of notes of that.
So there is no jail term?
No.
Okay, let's slip into a very